Uh, a very good morning, everyone. My name is Shaikhom Inaotombi. Some of you might think that I'm in the GIZ and why I'm presenting the research presentation here. So I want to clarify my background that uh, my background is I'm aquatic ecology. I did my PhD in aquatic ecology and master in fisheries. After that, aquatic ecology I took. Then at the postdoc, I did climate change adaptation work. And apart from this, I have been associated with some research project related with aquatic animal disease and others project. And one of the major project is traditional assessment and documentation of traditional knowledge of northeastern India that was associated at the National Bureau of Genetic Resource. Then from this research, then I shift to the policy implementation, national environment policy implementation part at the Ministry of Environment, Government of India at New Delhi. I worked there as a policy level. Then I come to the ground level implementation at the GIZ right now. So from this point of view, I present from that already associated some project. From that I find this. So my presentation is about indigenous wisdom on fish and fisheries of northeastern India and Western science. How we can have a scope for mainstreaming this climate change adaptation. Like already Alino Sumi has tell about this climate prediction and all. So here it's related with this. So I think I'm very happy that Alino has present most of my research, this presentation parts also. Here I'm also including the weather prediction. But I'm strictly focused on the aquatic resource management part, not any other parts. So to begin with this, so here traditional knowledge, most of the developmental planning often fail to achieve in the sustainable development because they generally ignore the ground circumstances and the local knowledge system. That is why it fails in the development planning. And also, this climate change adaptation is still focused on external legitimacy and do not consider the inner cognitive and emotional process the human being. So, morals of the ITK here, some says like UNEP, what UNEP said, that the technology, know-how skills, practice beliefs, that enable the community to achieve the stable livelihood for their environment. And also, the CBD also is still focused on, close focus on this statement that the close ties of the indigenous people and the local community to the biological resource can make sustainable development goals. So from this statement I'm taking here. So why ITK matters in our conservation approach? Like the community, indigenous community, they are highly proximity to the nature as compared to others community. And they are totally dependent on the nature and in their functional mechanism, and they know the ground realities. And they have the intuitive ecological basis, and they develop strategies to protect or adapt from the climate. So some scientific research often, like since last decade, climate hazard expressed quickly at the ground level, local level. And the traditional technology tests it effectively. They are inexpensive, they are locally available, they are culturally appropriate. So that's the best way to incorporate traditional knowledge. And the scientific research need to that ground truth by integrating this traditional knowledge. That is my opinion. So let's come to the Northeast. Here are some facts. 130 tribals, just it may be mistake, some numbers, and more than 200 ethnic groups, and it's also called as cultural hotspots of India. And from the census, it's come to know that 6,669 villages are totally tribal population, and also considered as the freshwater fish biodiversity hotspot. 95% are fish eater. Also, the geographical is the nexus of Southeast Asia, East Asia biogeographical rim. So they have a distinct cultural milieu that have interacting with the environment exists in this community. So this was published in one research journal, how this Northeast particularly, the origin of this traditional knowledge and its fit to this cultural and rituals of this community. Here you can see at the ground reality, the community know how to adapt. Then year trial, many generations, not 1-2 years. It's maybe 300 years they try. Then the most beneficial was taken up to the adaptation process, and it fit to the culture, it fit to the tradition, and become the religious ritual. So it's a part of the culture and the religious. It's as good as the scientific research. So the source of information that our study, I have been associated that project, so I giving here. It was presented in this Fish Adapt conference of Global Conference of FAO, and also published in the research journal. So study site, I don't want to make this here. About 53 villages out of the 76 district we covered, and we mapped 53 ethnic groups. And this is about the study area. It includes that Sumi also, Sumi tribe is there. So here, that is why here repeating will become. So for predicting the weather and forecast, like observing the behavior of insect. So I'm just highlighting some research paper that come. In this insect that predict the weather, whether it will be stopped or continue, they predict by this insect. But interestingly, some research paper published in the Nature shows like this. So it's some similarity, I just making it fit. Like this, birds, this all, and also in the research paper, it's written like that. The barometric pressure and temperature were impact on the bird's behavior. This next is about the frog, and also flower, the phenology of the flower also. I found all this thing from this during the research process that tells by the community in the questionnaires. I took prior consent form, everything as per the guidelines or methodology. And about co-management, as you know that fisher cooperatives is there, like already like a traditional system of self-governance. Example here, village authority, ADC, they have. Like this, some example here, Nagaland was fishing banned by Doyang River. But when you see that, who banned it? The village authority, not the government. Like this, some of people from here may know that some words, Phumthava, Khaiberton, Banas, Ngovidan, fishing, Khairi. All these are community fishing practice. So how it helped to this climate change adaptation also, like they're making aborts of the fish, planting of some vegetation, and like that, some technique strategy they develop. Like this, in some community, they're farming this flood-resistant or drought-resistant plant along with the dike of the pond, so that if flood comes, if the fish release due to flood, then this flood-resistant plant stick there, and they can have food from that plant. So at least if famine is there, flood is there, or drought is there, at least for food they have. So some research papers said that those species used by this community, the same plant, it's proved by research that they have the resistance of flow and flood resistant plant. But this practice is since time immemorial, it's used. Now I'm coming to the tradition, custom, and beliefs, like release of chana fish in the nearby river. Then it relate like this with increase of temperature, that climate changes, the mosquito increase and larvae is there. So these species are highly larvivorous fish of mosquito larvae. So at least it can control. So what these people, the community did, if the release of this fish, then it bring good health and prosperity to this person. If once someone is sick, then they release. So, and this nganap pijava, this is a sticky fish. During the marriage day, the couple feed with this fish to tie the couple together. But while we see the signs that those type of fish have more than this more micronutrient, and they are also more emphasis on hormone synthesis. What type of hormone you may think about this? And this mining kunba, that's postpartum after childbirth. This dry fish, this type of species is fed to this women after childbirth. So how it fit to this its nutrient, as well as encourage the diverse type of fish conservation and value to the community, so that diversity also related to climate change. And this Sareng Makok Vijava, this that in the 9 months of their pregnancy, women fit with this specific of fish. Then it comes the nutrition nutrient value. It shows this type of fish has some high lipid values. The lipids are here. Like Ngaprum Irujava, take part of this Islam, it will have prevent the skill iron vein. But interestingly, recently, this was practiced since 200 years ago. Now just they publish like this. Look, fish slim untapped source of potential new antibiotics. Like this, some tools and techniques now come to fisheries tools and technique. Here the banana leaves. Yesterday there's a tadpole larva control. Also here they're using spread of banana leaves and Ecornia release. It may reduce the pollution level as well, reduce the turbidity, and also Ecornia is proved by scientists here. And some fish poisoning. There have been reported in our this project a lots of plant, but here I mentioned only 3-4. One plant species, it's in the published paper, it shows that strong psychoactive. Psychoactive, you know that it may unconscious the fish, so easy to collect by these communities. So some traps and all. There are so many traps I saw here. I took photograph, I measured the scale, how long is it. It's totally mentioned in the report. If you see the report, everything will be clear. And if you see from the science point of view, logic, this basket for fish storing, it's made of bamboo, lightweight, it's permeable, and cooling ventilation. It's very cool. You don't believe that in this basket, fish can be stored for 1 day, it cannot make a smell of rotten. But we need to think about that. So what is the salience? This traditional knowledge is complementary to Western science. It cannot be replaced totally. It cannot be replaced all the time. So indigenous people, some of the indigenous people think that we are the backward. This is superstitious. This is myth. So this is one of salience. And recognizing the legitimacy of traditional knowledge, widely affirmed that profound impact on conception of science. And Uh, the two systems are root to different worldview. Their political powers are totally different, and it cannot go together. Easy to go combine. So it's a very interesting slide here. This traditional knowledge and Western science, how much difference you can see. Here, traditional knowledge is holistic approach. Don't see not just local level, and also it's intuitive. It's analytical. Science is just analysis. And mode of communication is just storytelling, oral, dancing, but science, literatures, objectives, output, input, this. And effectiveness is very slow. It may take hundreds of years. It's a fast and conclusive within the day, just injection companies like this. Data creation is learned observation, trial, error, and this. But science based on is experimental, systematic, accumulation of facts. Data type, qualitative, long history time series, quantitative, short time series of large area. Then explanation, it's a cultural, spiritual, moral, their science, hypotheses, these laws, regulations, and all. Classification, ecological, then this generic. So now I comes to the recommendation. It's time to rethink the traditional knowledge reputed as myth and superstition. Need to recognize the consistent criteria for establishing the existence of cross-cultural transmission. Modern science technologies ascendancy become blend to weariness of obliteration of traditional knowledge. Think about this. And methods need to be capture complexity and tangible and invisibility part of the traditional knowledge. The most important thing is the last point is we are deaf in permanent loss of this or fossilization of this traditional knowledge. So currently scientific knowledge should allow to tender this technical solution, but I request each and everyone scientific institution not to defy the content and structure of this traditional system. So future direction is new scientific knowledge may derive from this tools and strategy. Then methods should be assessed, but we need a prior consent from this IPR protection and all. We should take care of this also. So mainstreaming of climate change adaptation can only be achieved by extensive assessment, research, and wisdom and knowledge. Thank you everyone for your kind patience. So one minute. One person, UN special rapporteur says, the heritage of indigenous people is not merely a collection of objects, a story or a ceremony, but complete knowledge system of its own concept of epistemology, philosophy, scientific and logical validity. I acknowledge Professor Dr. P.C. Mahanta, the supervisor of that project. It was expired after just 2 months of this completion of this project. So, and I also dedicate to Northeast community, and also ICAR for funding, and GIZ for giving platform to express these feelings here. Thank you.